people, they want to join him with the wicked. They want to join him with the enemy to oppress their own people. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't be partaker of the destruction of your people. Don't do it. And we got to stop the fighting, the bickering. Oh, I'm this, I'm better than you. We got to cut it out, man. It's all about our Lord and Savior Yahushua Mashiach and his Father. It's not about us, man. We didn't die for you. Okay? Oh, well, blah, blah, blah. No, brother. We don't need that, brother. Okay? We got to unite. We got to, even though you don't agree with the camps, or we don't agree with this brother because he belongs to that camp. Listen, what is the problem? He's your brother. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. The Most High said. But a lot of our people in the camp, they see violating that law. Right? A lot of our people, they see violating that law. So, as you already know, so we're going to address, let me get into this. So, as I said, this article was put out like 6 days ago. 6 days ago. So, we're going to address it. It says, so fair use for YouTube, right? This article is from the Washington Examiner, WashingtonExaminer.com. You already know, right? The author of this article, his name is Joel Jerky, okay? All right? Ogurki, right? January 2nd, 2022. Now, keep in mind, we are not yet in 2022, okay? We are not yet in the new year, okay? The new year starts in the spring season. Spring season with a new moon. You got it? It's in the spring season with a new moon. Now, brother got different calendar. Brother got different calendar. Camps got different calendar. Hey, brother, as long as, you know, you keep in the commandment, we know this. The calendar, the biblical calendar, the holy heavenly calendar, that's a big issue in Israel. It's a very big issue, right? It's a big issue. It was not done like the way we do it today. In the time of our forefather, it was 3 people that were in charge of the war, the calendar. Okay, that's the job. To track the moon, and when they see, they'll bring it to the prophet, and the prophet will bring it up to the Mosai. The Mosai will confirm it, right? You got to sign it during that way their job. 3 people. That's what the Mosai told Moses. Now, you cannot read that in the book of Genesis. You cannot read that in the book of Leviticus. You cannot read that in Exodus. And you cannot read that in Deuteronomy or Number. You cannot read that, okay? It's not in the Torah, okay? You got to do research upon research. I read that in the legend of the Jew. And I'm going to allow one of these days, the Most allow me, I'm going to bring it up. It's the history of our forefather, okay? It's the history of our forefather. It's like a calendar we read in a different area that from time to time, not every year, they say from time to time, after a certain captivity, our people they will add 1 more month onto the year to make it 13 months. Okay? Now, you cannot read that in the Bible. It is not what you can't prove that in the Bible. Now, you can go to Ezekiel and read Ezekiel when he mentioned 368 days, when he mentioned, now, we don't know in what time and based on what a season Ezekiel was speaking that way when he did the account of the day, when he passed the 364 days. So he mentioned, I think he's over 390 or 400 something day, thing like that. You keep in mind, we still pray on it, we still asking the Most High. Because wisdom coming from the Most High. All right. A lot of stuff are not written. We cannot find it. You cannot substantiate it in the Bible. So you got to go to other sources, other documents, right? So brother got different calendar, like we say. We'll be tracking, Lord willing, this year. That's how I'll be keeping the Passover, all right? Though I already set up a calendar, right? But I'm still praying, working on it. What I'm going to have to do, I'm tracking the spring. I'm tracking the spring season. That's what I'm tracking, right? Once I see, right, the flower, the bud, the tree start budding. I see this bird that announced the spring season. But listen, hey, I'll pray unto the Most High. Boom. Then my Passover will be from that day, right? The Passover will be 14 days from that day. Lord willing, we will be praying on it. The Most High will continue to give us understanding, right? And that's what we suggest to other brothers, right? Our forefathers, they observe the calendar differently, not like the way we do it today. They're totally different. Right, so let's get into this article. As I say, it's not the New Year yet. Okay, the New Year starts in the spring season. Spring season. Spring season. All right, let's go right here. The article, let's read it. It will say, Chinese Communist Party officials have unveiled an action plan for cooperation with Latin America country that amount to a comprehensive plan to influence the region and threaten U.S. interests. Now, based on this author, what they're saying the Chinese is trying to set up power in Latin America in order to influence, right, the region and to threaten U.S. interests. Now, let me tell you something, brother. Anytime you see somebody say they got interest in your country, that means they're coming to steal. If the U.S. has interest in China, guess what? They're going to steal in China. Okay, some way or the other way. Okay, how can you have interest in somebody's country? Now, Esau, they play with word. Esau play with semantics. Can you go to your neighbor's house? For the brother and the sister that live here in Babylon the Great, quick question. Can you have interest in your neighbor's house? You cannot. You cannot. You're going to go to the jail. You're going to be taken to the jail. Now, you're going to see the same people that set up this law where they say no trespassing. You can't come here unless we tell you to do so. Things like that. Guess what? They have interest in Africa. They have interest in Latin America. Now, not only Esau, the Chinese, the so-called Arabs, the Japanese, and the list goes on and on and on. What do when they come? They'll steal the natural resources, they'll pillage the economy, they'll pillage all the natural resources, they do all type of evil, weakness. That's the job. That's what they do. Okay, now, we got to keep in mind, Esau play with word, semantics. Don't fall for that thing where they're talking about interest. When they use the word interest, understand, they're talking about coming and taking over or controlling the natural resources. We already see people already protesting in Chile right now. Chile, they just got like a new young puppet president, right? We don't know if he's our people or he's Esau. Only the Most I know. I cannot say that he is a heathen or he's an Israelite because I don't know who's his father. He's a young guy, like in the 40, he's young, like 43 or 42 years old or 45 years old. He's young, right? He's been set up by the elite, by the power that be, by Satan. The Most allows Satan to set him up as the new puppet of Chile. So already we see in Chile is the richest country, or Chile has almost like 50% of all the lithium. Okay, lithium, if you don't know what is a lithium, that's the first, I'll say, raw material that is used to make batteries, right? Your cell phone batteries, right? Your laptop batteries, right? Some of your computer batteries, you know. Lithium is in a lot of things. I keep in mind all your electric cars, right? All your Tesla car that you drive, those electric. Guess what do they use? They use lithium. Okay, the fact is there's lithium. So Chile have, I think, up to 50 or more than 50% of the whole world lithium reserve in the whole world. Chile. So already this guy, he signed the Western, he signed some of these Western country. We don't know yet. I got to dive into, because I've seen it on the news, okay, that the people, they're already in Chile, they're already protesting since the past 2 days or yesterday or 3 days ago. The people are already protesting in Chile. All right, the miners, they're already protesting that, oh, why would he give, the whole, thing to this heathen, to the other nation, right? They're already protesting. We already see. Okay, so you can look it up, brother. So that's one of the things going on, right? So everybody, they want to come into our land, the land that the Mosaic gave unto us, the wilderness. Latin America is considered a wilderness, okay? Africa is considered a wilderness. In which sense? Let's go in the book of Revelation. Let's go in Revelation chapter 12. Let's go to Revelation chapter 12, right? We believe, okay, that the land known as America today, or Azereth, the Caribbean, and West Africa, okay, our wilderness. The Mosai reserved those land for us, because the Mosai, he knew already that he's going to kick us from the land, from Jerusalem, and we're going to need a place to stay in peace. So the Mosai already reserved this land for us. Let's go right here. Let's read it. Okay. All right, let's read it. This is the book of Revelation. Revelation chapter 12 and verses 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven. So keep in mind, Latin America, like I say, Latin America, West Africa, in the Caribbean, right? This land were reserved unto who? The Israelites, northern kingdom and southern kingdom. The Most High reserved those land for us. Okay, the northern kingdom were brought up here in this wilderness. Okay, today that you call America. Okay. When you go in the book of 2 Ezra chapter 13, you can read it. 2 Ezra 13, and you read from verses 33 all the way down to the end. You get understanding. All right. The main point, the meat is around 43 to 48, 45. But we suggest that the broader you read the whole chapter, actually, so you can learn more, you can get understanding. So let's read. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. Now, it's plain and simple. Okay, if you keep the commandment, you understand this. What is the Most High talking literally about a woman? No. The Most High is an allegory, right? It's a dark saying. The Most High referring to Jerusalem. He's referring to Jerusalem, to Zion, the 12 tribe of Israel. Let's prove it. Galatians 4:26. Let's go to Galatians 4:26. All right, let's go precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little bit. All right, we brought out first and foremost Revelation. Now let's read it. I want to prove what is our mother. This is the book of Galatians chapter 4 and verse 26. But Jerusalem which is above is free, which is the mother. Who is the mother? Jerusalem, which is the mother of us all. So Jerusalem is a woman. The land is considered a woman. Okay. Who gave us birth? Jerusalem. Where did life start from? Jerusalem. Where was Adam made out from? Jerusalem. The list goes on and on and on. He was in Jerusalem, Adam. Understand that. By Jerusalem, Galatians 4:26. By Jerusalem which is above is free, which is the mother of us all. Hebrew 12 and 22. Let's go to it. Hebrew 12. Let's go to it in the book of Hebrew. Then we're going to go back to prove the point. Okay. Let's go in the book of Hebrew. There's a book of Hebrew, chapter 12. Let me see if it's that. Hebrew 12. Okay. And verse 22. Hebrew 12 and 22. Precept upon precept. It reads, but ye are come unto Mount Zion, Zion, okay, and unto the city of the living Yahweh. The city of the living Yahweh is not New York. It's not Paris, okay, it's not Athens, it's not Badagry, it's not Accra, it's not Lagos, it's not Cotonou, it's not Port Novo, it's not Yamoussoukro, it's not Yaoundé, it's not Trashville, it's not Yopougon, it's not Berlin, okay, it's not Chicago. Keep in mind, Jerusalem, okay. So let's read it again. But ye are come unto Mount Zion, and unto the city of the living Yahweh, the heavenly Jerusalem, and to an innumerable company of angels, messengers. Let's go back right here. So, the reason why I brought these two precepts, Hebrew 12:22, Galatians 4:26, is to prove that the mother right here is talking about Jerusalem, the land. Okay. So let's read it. It says, Revelation 12 and 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun. Jerusalem, the 12th tribe of Israel, Zion, the land, our motherland, Jerusalem, Galatians 4:26, Hebrew 12:22. All right, let's continue. And upon her head, a crown of 12 stars, because the 12 stand for the 12 tribe of Israel. The 12 is a complete number. It stands for the 12 tribe of Israel. 12 months every year. As I say, some brother or some of our forefathers, they say they got to add one more month onto the calendar to make it 13 months. At some time, okay, from time to time. It does not specify when, but say from time to time. Let's continue. And she being with child, so the land, Jerusalem, Zion, being with child, cry, traveling birth. So we were going through hard time. When you go in the book of war, Baruch, you go in the book of Baruch, Baruch chapter 3 through chapter 4. You go in the book of Jeremiah, the book of lamentation. The lamentation of Jeremiah, for Jeremiah lamented over the land, over Zion. He didn't lament over New York. No. Jeremiah did not lament over Chicago, over Paris, Berlin. No. He lamented over